Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Trinity Baptist College. You see the Eagles out on the field. Dan Richard finishing up his warm-up tosses, and game 2 is just about ready to get underway. Almost the same starting lineups for both teams. Leading off for Southern Wesleyan University shortstop John Garrett. Batting second in left field, Andrew Falgiano. Batting third at third base, Jesse Getford. Cleanup man, second baseman Julio Justo. Designated hitter Connor Ewing. 1 ball, 2 strikes. David Hall catching both ends of the doubleheader. He's a battery mate of Dan Richard. Richard with the windup and a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So game 2 underway with a strikeout for Dan Richard getting John Garrett. Garrett had himself a hit and an RBI in 5 trips in game number 1. Now batting the left fielder Andrew Falgiano. Nothing out of 4 earlier this afternoon. And the first pitch is grounded towards short. Alexo scoops, throws, gets the out. Nice job by the senior A.J. Alexo, and the first 2 men have been retired. Now batting the third baseman, Jesse Getford.
Come on, Jess.
He had a couple of hits and scored twice earlier this afternoon, also reached on an error. Jesse Getford, a third baseman, wearing number 3, batting third. So 3s are wild for this young man, and the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Of course, in Florida, we play the cash 3 here. Go get yourself triples. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch, ground ball towards third. McAdon snares it, throws to first. It's up high and into the dugout. That's going to be an error on the third baseman. And it brings up the cleanup man, second baseman Julio Justo. Again, we're glad you're joining us here on YouTube Live, TBC Eagles. I'm Ray Bureau, Dean Bureau, a senior of Trinity Christian Academy. He's our cameraman. Just a couple of weeks away from becoming an adult. His 18th birthday, coming up on March 4th. And the pitch, downstairs for ball 1. Getford aboard, he reached on an error, 2 men out. Justo at the plate. Richard from the stretch. Breaking ball, strike call. Richard, normally a reliever, often find him in the closer's role, so he'll pitch out of the stretch even with the bases empty. He'll mix it up, wind up and stretch with nobody on. And the pitch is outside, 2 balls and a strike. First start of the season for Dan Richard. He's done a good job in relief. John Shiver in center field, also one of the pitchers Coach Copeland likes to put out on the mound. Haven't seen him yet in this series. High pop fly just behind the shortstop position. Alexo takes a couple steps back, makes the catch to retire the side. Good inning for Dan Richard. 1 error, 1 man left. No score for Southern Wesleyan in the bottom of the first, and the Eagles are coming to bat. About a little of the old classic from John Fogerty, center field. That is where Ike Thalassinos and John Shiver are playing game number 2. Leading off for the Eagles, right fielder Kelvin George. Batting second, the shortstop A.J. Alexo. John Shiver bats third, he's in center. Jeremy Rivera, the cleanup man, at first base. Dan Richard, the pitcher and the designated hitter. We've explained before that allows him to stay in the batting order should he come off the mound. Matt Carter at second base, he's batting sixth. He went deep twice in game number 1. David Hall bats seventh, he's behind the plate. Nick McAdon, relief pitcher earlier this afternoon, getting to start at third, he's batting eighth. And left fielder is Gene Rivera. They are going to face number 16, TJ Machiavelli, making his third appearance. He has 1 win, no losses. He's pitched 8 total innings, allowed 3 runs, 2 of them earned for a 2.25 ERA. He's allowed 10 hits. He has walked 2 and struck out 12. So a K per 9 over 13 for TJ Machiavelli. His first man is Kelvin George, the Eagles right fielder. And the first pitch, George squares around, pulls it back, takes it low for ball 1. George 1 for 4 in the first game. Had a base hit in the 5th inning. Machiavelli with the pitch, another square around, and ball 2. Southern Wesleyan won that first game 7-3. They won Friday night's game 7-5. 2 balls, no strikes. Again, George squares around. This time it's strike 1. Lady Eagles drop both ends of the doubleheader down at Southeastern University, but that's one of the best baseball and softball programs in the entire NAIA throughout the United States. There's a base hit from Kelvin George. He's going to try to stretch it to a double. Very fast. The throw is up high, and George is in safely. Kelvin George hustling all the way as soon as he made contact. That allowed him to lead off with a double, and right away he put pressure on Fulgiano to make a good throw. It was up high, and George using his speed, getting the Eagles a runner in scoring position to start the ball game. A.J. Alexo at the plate, nobody out. Alexo 1 for 4, had a base hit in the 7th. That came in game number 1 this afternoon. No score, bottom of the first. And the pitch is inside, and it hits him. So Alexo heads down to first base. Eagles get the first 2 men aboard. Alexo on the hard way. 2 men on, nobody out for John Shiver. TJ Machiavelli on the mound for Southern Wesleyan University. This is an NCCAA South Region Series. Warriors have taken the first 2 out of 3. Shiver swings, chops one back toward the box. Machiavelli will go to first, and it's fielded by Bent, but Shiver does advance both runners. George into third, Alexo into second, 1-3 on the putout, 1 man away. Jeremy Rivera at the plate, first base open, followed by Dan Richard on deck. Two on, 1 out, both runners in scoring position. Rivera's first pitch, and he takes it for a strike. This is it for the Eagles for the next couple of weeks. February 23rd is their next official game. Truett-McConnell College coming to Jacksonville for 3. The 0-1 for Machiavelli. Breaking ball misses outside. Again, in case you missed that announcement, we will not be streaming that Truett-McConnell series. The Women's Basketball South Region Tournament is taking place the same days and the same times, so Dean and I will be in the gym bringing you South Region basketball. Chopper and foul. Started to bounce back toward the field of play and then took a left turn. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jeremy Rivera, the hitter. This Tuesday night, both the women and the men's basketball teams take on Pensacola Christian College. Women's men's doubleheader tips off at 5 p.m. The ladies and the gentlemen at 7. The Eagles looking to avenge a 1-point loss to the Eagles of Pensacola back last weekend. Ground ball, that'll score a run. The throw to first is in time. That is a shortstop, Garrett, making the play, but Rivera brings the run in, and the Eagles have a lead 1-0. RBI ground out also moves Alexo over to third. 2 down, the Eagles with the lead. Dan Richard at the plate, his first at-bat of the day. Runner at third, 2 outs, a pitch swung on and missed. Richard had 2 hits in last night's ball game, also drove home a run and scored once. 2 for 4 in the series, no balls and a strike. Ground ball headed up the middle, that's a base hit. AJ Alexo scores and the Eagles lead 2-0. Dan Richard just reaching out, making contact and finding a hole up the middle. The Warriors have given the Eagles the right side of the bag throughout this entire series, and Richard takes advantage. Now he's also the pitcher, so he gets to come out for a courtesy runner. Looks like Michael Kohick aboard at first. Got some word about Christian Draper, why he came out of game number 1. Tell you about that in just a moment. And the timeout gives us a chance. Little sore elbow on his right arm, that's his throwing arm. He was able to come back as a courtesy runner later in the game. We might be able to see him do that again. Throw to first, Kohick is back. So nothing too serious. Coach Copeland just taking some precautions on Christian Draper. Sidearm delivery misses down low. Matt Carter 2 for 2 in game 1. Both of those left the ball yard. 1 ball, no strikes. And with those 2 hits, he is now batting .400 on the season. And the pitch. High pop fly, got a chance to get down. However, Justo is able to get over right on the dirt area near the sideline and make the play. Eagles get 2 runs. 2 hits and a hit batsman, 1 man left, and after 1, Trinity Baptist 2, Southern Wesleyan nothing. We go to the top of the second. The Eagles enjoying their first lead of the series. They got 2 runs on RBIs from Jeremy Rivera on a ground out, and Dan Richard RBI single following. George and Alexo have scored, and news out of Major League Baseball. Yu Darvish is off the board. He has just signed a 6-year deal with the Chicago Cubs. Yu Darvish talked with the Brewers, the Dodgers, the Cardinals, the Yankees, the Cubs, among other teams. Theo Epstein, Jed Hoyer, and John Madden have landed probably the biggest free agent pitcher available this offseason. Yu Darvish, 6 years, $126 million. Wonder if they need an announcer. Of course, Len Casper does a terrific job, he and Jim DeShays. And we go to the top of the second. Connor Ewing leading things off. He had a good first game. 3 for 4 with a run scored. One of those 3 hits a double. So the Chicago Cubs most likely losing Jake Arrieta, but they picked up Yu Darvish. First pitch from Richard downstairs for ball 1. Thank you to the gentleman to my right, bringing that to my attention and trying to keep an eye on the free agent signings. Bouncer toward Alexo, does not handle it. That allows Ewing aboard on the error. Leadoff man aboard, Quentin Bent heading to the plate. He's been terrific this entire series. An RBI double last night, an RBI sac fly as well. Earlier today, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. Coach Gillespie, if you want to give this man a rest the rest of the day, I'm okay with that. First pitch from Richard, fouled straight back, and that was a vicious rip, and he just missed, hitting that one a long way. You know, that's the first big name free agent. That means the rest are going to start falling like dominoes as we head into spring training. Pitch is outside, snap throw to first, runner back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Alex Cobb, Jake Arrieta, Lance Lynn among the big name free agent starters still available. And a pitch, swing and a miss. That is strike 2. Of course, I've told you a number of times I'm a big Cub fan. I'm very happy with that move. Hopefully they'll get their second in 3 years. Fastball just a bit outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, I always want to copy Bob Uecker when I start to say that. My son said he's heard it enough though. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Richard delivers, breaking ball, laced into left field, past a diving Macadon. Base hit, McEwen a big turn, but he'll stay put. That's a first hit off Richard. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Trey Matthews at the plate. He was a DH in game number 1. Had himself 3 hits, one of those a double, drove in 2 and scored 1. Also had a base hit in last night's ball game. Swing and a miss. Good hard fastball from Richard. Two men on, nobody out. An error and a base hit. Strike 2 right down the middle. Of course, that Darvish deal, according to MLB.com, says it could be $150 million with incentives. And a breaking ball, misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Imagine making that kind of salary to play a game. Of course, everyone on the field in front of us has that same dream. And the pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ball comes loose, but there's a runner on first with less than 2 out. So that is strike 3. 1 away, second strikeout for Richard. Noah Fritz, the right fielder, at the plate. He was 1 for 4, had a base hit, also reached on an error earlier this afternoon. Did not play in Friday night's ball game. Here's a pitch. Outside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. 2 men on. Richard from the stretch. Check swing, and he went too far. That was a nice changeup by Richard. A few consecutive fastballs. He throws hard. He was able to fool the hitter and get the strike. 1-1. And the pitch. Fastball outside. Ball 2. Very pleasant Saturday afternoon here in Jacksonville. Temperatures in the mid-70s, and we've had cloud cover most of the day with some nice breezes. This one gets away, bounces in the dirt. Both runners will advance. That'll be a wild pitch towards to Richard. Second and third now, one man out. Noah Fritz ahead in the count now with 2 men in scoring position. From the stretch, Richard delivers, popped foul out of play. Two 2-0 Eagles lead, top of the second. Eagles got 2 in the bottom of the first. Warriors now threatening, and the pitch. This one fouled straight back. A good rip from Noah Fritz. First base is open. Number 9 hitter Ike Thalassinos on deck. The 2-2 pitch is, actually that was a 3-2 pitch. I guess I missed one, and that's ball 4. Close pitch. Richard wanted the call. He didn't get it. That's his first walk. The bases are loaded for Thalassinos. We saw him in the field in game number 1. Did not come to the plate, but last night he was 1 for 4 with a stolen base. Warriors threatening. 1 out, bases loaded, and the pitch in the dirt, blocked by Hall. Ewing at third, he reached on an error. Bent at second, he singled. After a strikeout, Noah Fritz walked. Warrior on every base. Gene Rivera deep in left. And the pitch is a little bit outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Shiver and George straight away in center and right. And this one misses, and Richard not happy with the strike zone he's getting. Three balls, no strikes. Ball 4, that'll walk in a run. That is an RBI for Thalassinos. Ewing scores. His run is unearned, but it's on the board, and it's 2-1. Fritz to second, Bent to third. Bases still loaded, 1 out. Shortstop John Garrett struck out swinging to start the ball game. Dan Richard did not get a couple of very close calls. Has to work his way out of a jam. There's a strike. Good take by Garrett after 4 straight pitches and 2 consecutive walks. Make sure the pitcher gets the ball over the plate. Ball 1 misses down and away. 2-1 Eagles lead, top of the second. And the pitch, high fly ball into right, not very deep. George coming on. Can't get there in time. A run is going to score. Throw to second. Pulls Alexo off the bag, and everybody's safe. That'll be an RBI single for John Garrett. Bent scores. Fritz into third. Thalassinos at second, and we are tied at 2. Base is still loaded, 1 out. Andrew Fulgiano at the plate, grounded to short his first time. High pop fly. The wind knocked that one down. George could not reach it in time. Eagles had an opportunity to get a force at second. A wide throw. Tying run would have scored in any event, but an all-important second out not recorded. This one called ball 1. The 1-1 on the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball, no. Again, Richard not happy with the calls. 2-2, Weslyean at the plate. Chopper towards second. Carter will flip to second for 1, throw to first. In time to retire the side. 4-6-3 double play ends the threat. However, Southern Wesleyan gets 2 runs. 1 hit, 2 walks, an error. Only one of those runs earned. After 1.5, we are tied at 2. Bottom of the second coming up, we are tied at 2. Trinity got 2 in the bottom of the first. The Warriors came back with 2 in their half of the second. Bottom third of the batting order, David Hall, Nick McAdon, Gene Rivera. They're due up for the Eagles. David Hall 1 for 3 in game number 1. Had an RBI last night on a sacrifice fly. TJ Machiavelli on the hill. And his first pitch of inning number 2 drops down from the side, misses outside. One ball, no strikes. Pitch to Hall. Outside for ball 2. Machiavelli, a hard thrower. Remember, he came in today with 12 strikeouts and 8 innings pitched. There's a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to the catcher, David Hall. Right-hander winds, drops down from the side and gets a foul ball off the bat of Hall. 2-2. Earlier we told you about Wednesday's game at Anderson for the Warriors. 3-game set with Virginia Wise. Then on Tuesday the 20th, Wednesday the 21st, Warriors will host Piedmont International University. Finish out the month of February after this pitch. The 2-2 to David Hall. Line drive and a base hit into left field, and again the Eagles have the leadoff man aboard. Both innings, the Eagles have gotten a hit from the first man, Nick McAdon at the plate. Friday, Saturday doubleheader at home against Belmont Abbey. And Southern Wesleyan will end February at Lander University. SWUathletics.com will get you the information for all Southern Wesleyan University's athletics. Runner at first, nobody out. McAdon squares, takes the first pitch for a strike, throw to first, not in time. McAdon pitched earlier this afternoon, did a good job, came into a tough situation, went 2 2/3, allowed 1 unearned run. First at bat of the afternoon. Shows bunt, the throw to first, and the runner's back. One ball, no strikes. Again, he squares the bunt, lays it down. A good bunt and a throw to second, though. An excellent play by the third baseman, Getford. He charged in hard. The ball was well placed, but Getford on the move, and he got the force out at second. Terrific job by the Warriors' third baseman. 5-4 on the putout. Fielder's choice credited to Macadon. Left fielder Gene Rivera at the plate. Looked like a good bunt from Macadon, but a terrific play. Got the force at second. First pitch is up and away for ball one. Gene Rivera 1 for 3 in game number 1. Man at first, 1 out. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Everybody's set. Macadon, modest lead off first. Machiavelli from the stretch, and a sidearm fastball for strike 2. Machiavelli's not only throwing hard, he's changing his arm angle too, changing speeds, trying to keep the Eagles hitters off balance. Eagles have 3 hits through 1 2/3 innings. This one misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the order, Kelvin George waits on deck. Macadon, a little bit bigger lead this time. And a pitch, chopped foul. Count remains 2-2. Gene Rivera at the plate. Runner at first. 2-2 delivery. Good breaking ball. Got the hitter to swing and miss. That is out number 2. First strikeout for TJ Machiavelli. Leadoff hitter Kelvin George coming up. He doubled and scored to open the ball game. He got what we call a hustle double. Didn't take anything for granted. Running hard right out of the box. Used his speed to leg out 2. Eagles got the leadoff man aboard. So far have not advanced him. 2 down, and the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Sack bunt attempt by Macadon was played beautifully by the third baseman Jesse Getford. And the 0-1 chopped foul. George now down, no balls, 2 strikes. TJ Machiavelli checks the runner. Ahead in the count, 0-2. And the pitch. This one misses just a little bit outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Machiavelli showing different arm angles, was much more over the top in the first. We've seen him come down from the side a little more often in inning number 2. One ball, 2 strikes, a pitch, fouled straight back. Kelvin George right on that one, just missed putting it into the outfield. AJ Alexo waits on deck, looking for an opportunity with some runners on base. Here comes another 1-2 offering. Macadon started to go. Machiavelli stepped off, threw to first. Macadon able to get back in time. Here comes the 1-2. Runner on the move. Ground ball hard toward third. Getford right in front of it and makes a strong throw to retire the side. George hit it hard. Getford took only one step. It was right at him. A hit. One man left. After two, we are tied 2-2. Top of the third in a 2-2 ball game. Jesse Getford, whom you saw make that terrific play on the sac bunt attempt, he will lead things off. He reached on an error. Got a chance to talk to his father between innings. Tells me Jesse can play many different positions, has finally found a home at third base, getting very comfortable with it. He's played a terrific third base here in this series. Dan Richard ready to deliver the first pitch of the third inning, and a high pop foul and out of play. Getford reached on an error in the first but did not advance.
Come on, Getty, straighten it up, babe.
No balls and a strike. Line drive right at John Shiver. The wind knocks it down, but Shiver is able to come in a couple of steps and make the play. Hard line drive is out number one. Julio Justo popped up to short to end the first inning. So had a pretty big series. He drove in 4 last night, 3-run homer part of that. 0 for 3 in game number 1, but he hit the ball hard a few times. This one misses upstairs. Also made some terrific plays at second base. Eagles have hit the ball well the entire series. They ran into some very good gloves in the Southern Wesleyan defense. 2 balls, no strikes. Richard delivers. Grounded towards short. Alexo fields it cleanly and a good throw to first. Drops down on Rivera, but he's able to make the play. 2 down. Connor Ewing at the plate. He started the second inning by reaching on an error. He came around to score. So Richard allowed 2 runs, only one of them earned. We told you about the Truett McConnell series coming up, and this pitch grazes Ewing. He is aboard by a hit batsman. First batter that Richard has plunked. 2 outs. Quentin Bent at the plate. He singled and scored in the second. The Russ Matt Invitational in Winter Haven from March 2nd to March 10th. The Eagles will play 7 ball games in that span. Then they'll return home to play Montreat College on a twin bill March 13th. And then they're going to play their next 10 ball games all on the road. Trinity Baptist College will host the South Region Baseball Tournament this year. That is scheduled for May 8th through the 11th right here on this field, Trinity Ball Yard. Runner at first, 2 men out. Richard delivers, and a strike called on the outside corner. So it looks like we're going to see these Southern Wesleyan University Warriors come May. And a pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Final game of the regular season between these two teams. And Richard delivers, and the pitch is fouled back. We've had 2 very good ball games, and so far, game number 3 has started off pretty well. Tied at 2, top of the 3rd. Warriors batting with a runner at first and 2 out. And the pitch, high pop fly. Over near the foul line, David Hall with room, and he makes the catch. So the hit batsman does not come back to haunt Richard, and we go to the bottom of the 3rd, tied at 2. Bottom of the 3rd, the Eagles will have hitters 2, 3, and 4 due up. Facing TJ Machiavelli, Kelvin George. He ended the 2nd inning, so that means Alexo, Shiver, and Rivera are due up for the Eagles. Got a chance a minute ago to say hello to Game 1 winner Josh Core. Won earlier this afternoon, 4 1/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and he threw some smoke. Machiavelli with the windup and the pitch. This one is outside. Told him I kind of wish he had saved that good outing for his next start, but he said sorry to disappoint you. Good job there, young man. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch. On the outside corner for strike 1. In case you missed the big news, the Chicago Cubs have signed starter Yu Darvish to a 6-year, $126 million contract. And the pitch, fastball, outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lexo hit by a pitch and scored in the 1st. Down in the count, 1-2. And a breaking ball drops down a little low. 2-2. Josh telling me that he's measuring Machiavelli at around 80 on his breaking ball. Machiavelli started off throwing a lot of fastballs, has now gone to the off speed far more in the last inning plus. Full count, and the pitch. just a bit outside, and that is ball 4. A.J. Alexo with a good eye at the plate. That's the first walk issued by Machiavelli. For the 3rd straight inning, the Eagles have the leadoff man on. They ended up scoring 2 in the first. Could not advance the runner in the second. John Shiver at the plate. Grounded out his first time, but he did move 2 runners to second and third, and both of them ended up scoring. Chopper up the middle. Will it get through? No. Right on the bag is Garrett. He gets the force at second, but Shiver beats the relay throw. Alexo cut down, 6 unassisted. Fielder's choice for John Shiver. 1 away. Looked like it had a chance to get up the middle, but a nice play by Garrett. 1 out, Shiver aboard at first. Good speed. Jeremy Rivera at the plate. Brought home a run with a ground ball in the first. Throw to first. Shiver only a step or 2 off the bag. Dan Richard waiting on deck. And the pitch. Nice snare by Machiavelli, and a ball targeted for center field, and he turns it into a 1-6-3 double play, and more leather being flashed by the Warriors defense. Rivera hit that one very hard right back at the box. Eagles get a leadoff walk, but do not score. After 3, we are tied at 2. Two-two tie as we start the top of the 4th. Remember, this is a 7-inning game. It's the nightcap of a Saturday afternoon doubleheader. Trey Matthews, Noah Fritz, Ike Thalassinos leading things off. Those are the hitters 7, 8, and 9 in the Warriors batting order. Matthews went down on strikes his first time up. Richard has allowed 2 hits. He's walked 1, struck out 2 in 3 innings of work. And the pitch. Fouled straight back, a good swing by Trey Matthews. Eagles are making good, solid contact. But as we said a few times, Warriors playing terrific defense. That was a great play off the bat of Rivera. Machiavelli turned it into a 1-6-3 inning-ending double play. No balls, 2 strikes on the catcher, Trey Matthews. This one downstairs, 1-2. Eagles are going to play 6 games with fellow Jacksonville College, Edward Waters College. 1 ball, no strikes. 5 of their 6 games last year decided by 3 or fewer runs, or maybe one of them. The Eagles won one of those games 5-1, and the rest of them very tight ball games. Unfortunately, Ed Waters took them all. My good friend Josh Jackson is the voice of the Edward Waters College Tigers and also the assistant sports information director. Pitch from Richard, outside, that's ball 4. So, leadoff man aboard for the Warriors. Trey Matthews draws the walk, the second one off Richard. Noah Fritz, the right fielder at the plate, he walked his last time up. Eagles play a lot of NAIA teams. That's what Edward Waters is as well. Fastball misses inside. Eagles play many of the Sun Conference teams, and the Sun Conference, one of the best NAIA teams in all the country, if not the best. That's the home of Southeastern University. When I checked on them late last season, they had a record of 33-3. I'd like to know how they finished. I failed to check on that. 33-3 in NAIA. Eagles are going to play them a little later on. Eagles softball played them today. Well, that might be what I was thinking of. I don't see Southeastern on our schedule. And the pitch is a strike. Montreat, Voorhees, Thomas, those are NAIA teams as well. Richard with the pitch, and it's fouled straight back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right fielder Noah Fritz. Trey Matthews led off with a walk. Somebody throwing in the Eagles bullpen. Richard, normally a reliever, now in his 4th inning. Stolen base attempt, throw down is up high. It was there before the runner, but a little bit too high, and that allowed Matthews to get in there. Strike 3, however, on the pitch, so there is 1 away. Fritz having to protect. He's out on strikes. Center fielder Ike Thalassinos at the plate. Had an RBI walk with the bases loaded in the 2nd. 1 out, runner at 2nd. And here is the pitch. And that is a courtesy runner for Trey Matthews. Number 20, Izzy Martinez. Not the first time we've seen him do that this series. Coach John D. Jones in attendance. We got to get him to come up the bleachers because every time he did last year, the Eagles rallied. This one in on the hands of Thalassinos. Hall throws to first, and we'll see what the call is. Hello, Coach Jones. How are you doing today?
Well, how are you?
We got an extra mic. We can hook you up.
Sure.
All right, if we can get Dean to plug in this extra microphone. Have an opportunity while there's a break in the action. Thalassinos fouled it off his hands, being attended to by his coaches. Getting Coach Jones mic'd up. Got a very big one coming up against Pensacola Christian this Tuesday night. Here you go, Coach.
Great, thank you.
Coach John D. Jones, men's basketball coach and athletic director here at Trinity Baptist College.
Good to be with you, Ray. Beautiful day for baseball.
Yeah, we got a 2-2 tie. Unfortunately, the opposition has won the first 2 games of the series, but the Eagles have been playing very well.
Yeah, well, it's a good challenge for us. Southern Weslyean is outstanding institution and athletic program members of the NCAA Division II. So the fact that we're competing as well as we are against this level of competition and a chance obviously to win this game is a great reflection on our own program. I want to give a shout out to Southern Weslyean Athletic Director Chris Williams, is a good friend of mine. Does a great job up there with that program. So we're glad to have your team down here hosting them, and we've been enjoying the competition.
And the Warriors have played some terrific defense. I don't know what you've had a chance to see. You've been practicing for your upcoming games. We're hitting the ball very well. Problem is they're catching everything.
Yep. Yeah, I've been able to check in periodically with the video feed just to see what's going on and get it updated. And so, hopefully we can, finish this one out today.
Did you get the chance to see Matt Carter in Game 1?
I heard about it. The back-to-back home runs.
2 home runs.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The first one, we weren't sure if it stayed fair, but no doubt about the distance. Second one, no doubter.
Awesome.
Very clearly fair. So Matt Carter, normally a pitcher, doesn't get a whole lot of at-bats.
Right.
And he earned himself a spot in the starting lineup in game number 2.
Awesome. Well, he's certainly a versatile guy, and it's great to see him stepping up and giving us some offense when we needed it.
Now, he is a Jacksonville product. He played on this field a little bit when he was in high school. Eaglesville Academy's just down the road. Trinity Christian Academy plays the home games here.
Sure.
So he's very familiar with the field.
Yep.
Not sure what's going on, what kind of changes are being made. Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter to finish off the at-bat. Devin Patrick started both games earlier in right field. He's going to finish off the at-bat for Ike Thalassinos. Hopefully he'll be all right. Not have to miss too many ball games, if any.
Yep. Obviously, Coach Copeland dealing with a lot of injuries. I'm sure you've already mentioned. So that's been a challenge.
He also has a very young roster this season. A lot of new freshmen on the team. Lost a lot of the starting lineup from last year, and the Eagles were playing very good baseball at the end of last season. 1 ball, 1 strike. Devin Patrick finishing off the at-bat for Ike Thalassinos. Took a pitch in off the hands. It was called a foul ball. Richards looked good. He's throwing hard.
Just outside there.
Now, he's a reliever mainly, and this is his 4th inning of work. So we'll see how far Coach John's able to stretch him out. You mentioned a lot of the injuries, some of those to the pitching staff. Uriah Brewer pitched last night. Not sure if he'll be available today. Matt started last night's ball game. 2 balls and a strike. Long look back. That is Izzy Martinez, a courtesy runner for Trey Matthews, who walked and stole a base. 1 out. Top of the 4th, tied at 2.
You mentioned the roster turnover, but Coach Copeland did a great job with recruiting this year, and he feels great about this team, even though they're young. We're actually deeper with our pitching this year than we were last year.
And they're very talented,
very
too.
talented.
We've seen that. They're breaking out the bats. Again, a little bit of tough luck, but they're starting to hit the ball well.
Absolutely. So
we're going to see TJ Lanning when the Eagles go up to Toccoa Falls. Swing and a miss, 2 balls, 2 strikes. TJ, a starter for Coach Copeland the last couple of seasons, now up at Toccoa. Tell us what you got coming up this Tuesday night against Pensacola.
Well, we've got a big game. It's really our biggest game of the year in terms of fan interest. It's a game that we always sell out. Pensacola Christian is our #1 rival in the South region. We've been playing them since really the 90s, and it's a great rivalry. It's been come to be known as the Battle of I-10, with both schools located at the opposite ends of I-10 in the state of Florida. So we went over there a week and a half ago or so and lost a tough one. We had a 2-possession lead in the last minute of the game, but ended up losing by 1 at the buzzer. So
we got to give credit. They hit that shot with 3 seconds left. A turnaround jumper. Dakota, I believe, was a player.
Dakota Pratt.
Dakota Pratt, couldn't remember his last name. We're going to see him again. He had 20-some points that game.
Yeah, right at 20, and double-digit rebounds, I believe, as well. He had a great game. He's really come into his own this year, and definitely one of the top players in the region. So we're going to have to, game plan a little bit better for him on Tuesday night, and but we really want to, need our crowd to come out, need our student body to come out and support. And we've always had a great home court advantage when Pensacola comes to town, and so we're looking.
Every time you've played them since I've been working with you, we're talking maybe 3-point margin of victory for either team. It's
been very, very tight. Yes, absolutely. It's traditionally always a great battle, and Coach Mark Getch does a great job out there, and always a tough team that you really have to prepare well for. But we've had great battles especially over the last 5-6 years, and we're looking forward to another good one on Tuesday night.
Eagles are going to have a pitching change. Richard is coming out. New man on the mound for the Eagles. Looking to see who this gentleman is. Dan Richard did a good job. Remember, he is a reliever mainly. Gave up just one earned run, 2 runs total, but he is responsible for 2 men on base. Two-two tie, top of the 4th. Southern Wesleyan, 2 runners on base, 1 man out. We'll be back in just a minute. See what we can tell you about this new pitcher. New pitcher is Cole Collier for the Eagles. Cole wearing number 22 with the dark jerseys. Wears number 34 in the whites. He has 2 men on, 1 out, and facing the leadoff hitter, John Garrett. First pitch in there for a strike. We saw Cole last night. He did a terrific job. Did not allow a run in 2 innings. And the 0-1 down in the dirt, blocked by David Hall. Thank you to Coach John D. Jones, Eagles men's basketball head coach and Trinity Baptist College athletic director, coming up to say hello, getting ready to take on their biggest rivals, the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Strike 2 from Cole Collier. Both men aboard walked. We'll get you the totals on Dan Richard. We get an opportunity. Chopper up the middle. Alexo through Carter to first. Not in time, but the Eagles do get the force out at second. Trey Matthews into third. Patrick cut down on the 6-4 putout. Fielder's choice for Garrett. Runners at the corners. 2 outs for the left fielder, Andrew Falgiano. Slow roller. Eagles defense did all it could to get the double play, but speed of John Garrett keeps the inning alive for Falgiano. He is grounded out twice, his last time into a double play. Collier in relief of Richard. First pitch to the batter is low and inside. Dan Richard, 2 runs, only 1 earned. He is responsible for 2 men on base. He went 3 1/3. 2 balls, no strikes. Richard allowed 2 hits. He walked 3 and struck out 2. And this one hits the batter, and that will load up the bases. Garrett moves into second. Falgiano aboard at first.
Come on, Getty.
Richard also had a hit batsman as well. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Number 3 hitter Jesse Getford. Reached on an error and lined very hard to center his last time up. Check swing, did not go. One ball, no strikes, bases loaded. Collier from the stretch. Ground ball to third. McAdon will step on the bag and retire the side. 5 unassisted. Good job by Collier to get out of the jam. Warriors do not score. They draw 2 walks and a hit batsman and a stolen base. Pitching and defense got out of the inning, and we go to the bottom of the 4th, tied at 2. Tied at 2 in the bottom of the 4th. Dan Richard, Matt Carter, David Hall. 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order. Trinity got 2 in the 1st. Southern Wesleyan came back to tie it in the 2nd. Dan Richard, the starting pitcher, also the DH. He's off the mound but still in the batting order, and that is why Coach Copeland listed him as a DH in the batting order. First pitch is wide for ball 1. TJ McAvelli, 3 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 3 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. Starting his 4th inning of work. Fastball misses outside. Now, we had the injury delay. McAvelli had to sit in the dugout. Temperatures are not cold, but with the wind blowing, see if that has any effect. We saw last night Vinny Adams was doing a great job. He had to sit down for a while. Eagles ended up getting to him, but he did a terrific job on the mound. 2 balls and a strike. Vinny Adams sitting down front at the moment with the radar gun, along with Josh Core. 2 balls and a strike, and the pitch up and away. Ball 3, good eye by Richard. Vinny Adams, a winner last night, 5 1/3, 2 earned runs, only 4 hits allowed, and picking up the win. In the dirt, ball 4, and all 4 innings the Eagles have had the first man reach. That's a second walk by McAvelli. Matt Carter at the plate. He popped up to second his first time up, and we saw what he did in game 1. Runner at first, Dan Richard. Better than average speed. Carter at the plate. Nobody out. McAvelli from the stretch. The bunt is down. It's going to stay fair. Carter has a chance to beat it out, and it's a base hit. Matt Carter played long ball in game 1, small ball in game 2, and he's 3 for 4 on the day. Not bad for a starting pitcher. Richard moves into scoring position, a base hit for Carter. That's the 4th hit for the Eagles. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. David Hall at the plate. Matt Carter doing some multitasking this afternoon. Big gap up the middle. The entire series, Julio Justo has shifted around towards first, and it's worked most of the time. David Hall squares to bunt, pulls it back. Pitch outside, throw to second, and the runner back. Good idea. If that throw had been on the bag, I might have had a chance. Ball 1 to David Hall. Center fielder. Not sure if that's Thalassinos back in or if there's a change. Looks like Patrick is in right. Noah Fritz in center field. Patrick came into the game when Ike Thalassinos took one off the hand. Patrick finished the at-bat, drew a walk. Now back in right field where he's played the first 2 games. This throw into center field, but not far enough for Dan Richard to advance. Nobody out, 2 men aboard. David Hall at the plate. We're tied at 2. Eagles looking to reclaim the lead. Machiavelli from the stretch and the pitch, swing and a miss. Good sidearm pitch from Machiavelli, off speed, and the hitter's out in front of it. Well, that is strike 3. And a first out of the inning. And Nick McAdon at the plate. He reached on a fielder's choice trying to bunt. That came in the second inning. 2 on, 1 out. Long look for Machiavelli. The pitch is inside for ball 1. Dan Richard walked to open the inning. Matt Carter bunted his way aboard. 1 out later, Macadon at the plate. And the pitch on the outside corner. Count even at a ball and a strike. Macadon has a runner in scoring position. The gap is in left center. Here comes the 1-1. High pop fly, heading near the fence. It's going to stay in play and caught for out number 2. First baseman Quentin Bent stays with it, makes the play. 2 down after the first 2 men reached, and Gene Rivera at the plate. If Rivera can keep the inning alive, the top of the order will be up next. Everybody's ready. 2 outs. Machiavelli trying to get out of a 2 on, nobody out situation. He's gotten 2, and he's ahead of Rivera. No balls and a strike. The 0-1 coming to the Eagles' number 9 hitter. Good pitch. Change up in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Rivera down in the count. And here is pitch. Instead, a look back towards second. Richard at second, Carter at first. Line drive, foul down the left side. Good contact by Rivera, but he was a little bit too far out in front. TJ Machiavelli trying to end the inning without that run scoring. The 0-2, and fouled off, will do it again. Final game of the 3-game series between Trinity Baptist College and Southern Wesleyan University. Conference of the Carolinas is Southern Wesleyan. They've pitched well, they've hit well, and they've fielded brilliantly. And here's the pitch. This one, a good rip by Rivera, fouled straight back. So the count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Credit Rivera, if nothing else, he's working up the pitch count of Machiavelli. Hopefully it will result in the go-ahead RBI hit. Here comes another 0-2 offering, and the pitch is swung on and missed, and that'll retire the side. Beautiful changeup from Machiavelli. He gets onto the jam, struck out 2 in the inning after the first man reached. And so after 4, we are still tied at 2. Top of the 5th, 2-2 ball game. Heart of the order coming up. Justo, Ewing, and Bent. Julio Justo, nothing out of 2. Both of those at bats against Dan Richard. Collier came in relief last inning. Got out of a tough situation. 2/3 of an inning so far. Pitched 2 scoreless last night. Starting his first full inning of game number 2, and the first pitch is fouled back. The 0-1, slap towards short. Alexo fields and throws for out number 1. AJ Alexo's been very busy today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plays he's been involved in already. And with 1 out, Connor Ewing at the plate. 0 for 1 with a run scored. And this one goes around behind him, and it's ball 1. Collier delivers up and in once again. 2 balls, no strikes. Ewing had 3 hits in game number 1 today. Also scored a run. There's a line shot in the left. That is going to get by Rivera. Tried to make a shoestring catch. Ewing around second, looking for 3. The throw is off the mark, and that is going to be a triple for Connor Ewing. Three-base hit for Connor Ewing, and 1 out with a runner at 3rd. Now, if we're able to combine the 2 games, then we could say Ewing is just a homer away from the cycle. Can't do that officially, though. Quentin Bent singled and scored earlier on. He's 1 out of 2. In the dirt, here comes Ewing, and Southern Wesleyan has taken the lead 3-2. Wild pitch allows a run to score. Base is empty, one man out. One ball, no strikes to Bent. And this one downstairs for ball 2. First run in the series allowed by Collier. And this one misses. 3 balls, no strikes. Ball 4 puts the runner aboard. That's the first walk from Cole Collier. Heading to the plate, the catcher Trey Matthews. 0 for 1. He walked and stole a bag as last time. One run in. Warriors lead 3-2. Throw to first. Quentin Bent just drew the walk. He's the runner at first. And a strike on the outside corner. Collier wasting very little time. He likes to get it and throw it. Working from the stretch. Small lead by Bent. Breaking ball in there for a strike. The 0-2 pitch from Collier, breaking ball, laced into left center. That's a base hit. Runner around second, he will make it to third, and now ball gets away. Here comes Bent to the plate to throw, not in time. That'll be a single. Bent taking third. Error on the center fielder allows the runner to score and also lets Matthews take second base. Noah Fritz at the plate. 1 out, 2 runs in. And the pitch. Strike called on the corner. The 0-1 breaking ball stays a little too high. 1-1. Fritz has walked and struck out. The 1-1, a little bit inside. 2 balls and a strike. High fly ball into right center. Shiver and George both giving chase. It'll be George. Makes the catch and holds the runner at second. Devin Patrick at the plate. Walked his only plate appearance so far in game number 2. Had a base hit, a walk, and a run scored in game 1 earlier today. Runner at second, 2 men out. Collier delivers, high fly ball in the left field. Gene Rivera heading back, it is off the fence. A run is going to score, and that's an RBI double for Devin Patrick. That ball just kept on carrying. He hit it into the wind blowing in. Almost got it out of here. Matthews scores a 3rd run of the inning, and it's a 5-2 Warriors lead. Patrick an RBI double. Here's a shortstop, John Garrett. And the pitch is upstairs for ball 1. And now we're going to have a conference at the mound. Coach John Copeland heading out. 3 runs are in. 3 hits and a walk in the inning. It's a 5-2 Southern Wesleyan lead. That's going to be all for Cole Collier. 1 ball, no strikes, and he's going to head off. New pitcher for the Eagles. Tell you a little bit about him when we come back. 5-2, Warriors lead. New pitcher for the Eagles, number 32, Austin Hiller, making his 5th appearance. He's gone 3rd innings, 6 hits, 6 earned runs. He has walked 2 and struck out 2. He's inheriting a count of 1 ball and no strikes to John Garrett. He'll have a runner at second. Devin Patrick just drove home a run with a double. 5-2 in favor of the Warriors from Southern Wesleyan University. Austin Hiller making his first appearance on the mound in the series. We've seen him as a DH and as a first baseman. Now getting a chance to throw the ball over the plate. Eagles got on the board first, 2 runs in the bottom of the first. Warriors came back with 2 in the top of the second. It stayed that way until this inning. And Southern Wesleyan has put 3 on the board. The big hit of the inning, a triple by Connor Ewing with 1 out. He ended up scoring the first of those 3 runs. Bent, walked and scored. Matthews also had himself an RBI double. And Devin Patrick, an RBI double of his own. John Garrett at the plate, 1 ball, no strikes. Collier threw that first pitch before departing, and that is a count that Hiller will inherit. Runner at second, 2 men out. 1 1/3 total innings for Cole Collier. Pitch is upstairs for ball 2. 3 runs, all earned. He is responsible for the runner at second. He walked 2, allowed 3 hits. 2 balls, no strikes. Fastball upstairs for ball 3. Three balls, no strikes, and the pitch is ball 4. Runners at first and second. Interesting situation. The walk is charged to Collier, who started off the at-bat. Andrew Fulgiano at the plate. 2 on, 2 out. 3 runs in, the pitch a little bit high for ball 1. Hiller with the 1-0. Breaking ball, misses inside. Two balls, no strikes. That one's in there, 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Hiller a long look back at second. Now the pitch, fouled away, evens up the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Want to make it happen here. Don't want to run the count full with 2 outs. Runners would then be off on the move on the next pitch. Here's the 2-2, and it's in the dirt. And the ball gets away, and runners advance. Patrick to third, Garrett to second. Now a full count on Weslyean. Full count coming to the left fielder. 0 for 2 is hit by a pitch as last time. Officially, this is the first batter for Austin Hiller. That walk was charged to Cole Collier. He started that at bat. Payoff pitch, chopped foul, will do it again. Three balls, 2 strikes, runners at second and third, 2 out. Hiller, another payoff pitch, line drive, base hit, 1 run is in. Here comes Garrett around third, throw to the plate is late, and that allows Weslyean to move into scoring position. 5-run, top of the 5th. And that'll close the book on Cole Collier.
Let's go, Getty. Come on. Tighten up.
And it brings up the third baseman, Jesse Getford. He's 0 for 2. He's hit the ball hard both times. 0 for 3. Reached on an error in the first. Still hit the ball hard then as well. Runner at second. 2 men out. 5 runs are in. Check swing, he did not go.
Let's go, Jess.
2 balls, no strikes. Hiller with the pitch. Upstairs, ball 3. Warriors have batted around. This is hitter number 9. Husto waiting on deck. In the dirt, ball gets away, and the runner will advance. Getford way ahead. Hiller from the stretch with a runner at third, and the pitch is ball 4. Runners at the corners, 2 out. Julio Justo started the inning with a ground ball to the shortstop. And we're going to have a timeout. Coach Copeland heading out to the mound. There's action in the Eagles bullpen, and we'll see if there's a change. We'll be back in just a minute on YouTube Live TBC Eagles. Eagles have a new pitcher on the mound. Number 14, freshman Lane Fry. He's making his second appearance. He's gone 2 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, walked 4, and has not struck out a batter. He's inheriting runners at the corners with 2 outs. No innings pitched for Austin Hiller. And now Fry, the 4th pitcher for the Eagles here in game number 2. Dan Richards started. Cole Collier and Hiller took the mound as well. Lane Fry trying to get the 3rd out here in the top of the 5th. The Warriors have batted around. They've scored 5 times. Julio Justo waits to take his spot in the batter's box. Eagles will have the top of the order in the bottom half of the 5th. Now they're trailing 7-2. Justo getting ready to step in. Lane Fry, a freshman Eagles pitcher. From Lake Region High School. Also plays a little bit of first base. Got a tough task trying to get out of this inning. Runners at the corners. He does have 2 men out. Julio Justo, nothing out of 3. We saw last night what he's capable of doing. Here's a pitch. Outside for ball 1. He's gone to the shortstop all 3 times in this game. A pop-up and 2 groundouts. The 1-0. Outside in the dirt. Both runners will advance. Fulgiano scores. Getford into second. 8-2 now in favor of the Warriors. Two balls, no strikes. High drive, very well hit in a left field. This one is gone. Second home run of the series for Julio Justo. And it's a 10-2 Southern Wesleyan lead. Hit a 3-run homer last night, a 2-run shot right now. Eight runs have scored in the inning. Getford ahead of Justo on the home run. And it brings up the DH, Connor Ewing. High fly ball, well hit in a left field over near the corner, and it is gone. Back-to-back home runs for the Warriors. (11-2) now in favor of Southern Wesleyan. Quentin Bent at the plate. Walked and scored his last time up. Fry with the pitch, downstairs for ball 1. Line drive, home run off the bat of Connor Ewing. Pitch from Fry, there's a long drive, but this one is going foul. That's a 3rd home run for Justo. Connor Ewing, his first of the season. Breaking ball inside. 2 balls and a strike. Fry delivers a 2-1, downstairs for ball 3. Three-one pitch, low and away, ball 4. Noah Fritz, scheduled hitter, 1 for 2. Check that, 0 for 2. Time on base was a walk. Looks like he may be pulled back. Nope, my mistake, Trey Matthews. Saw Fritz starting to walk out to the plate. Trey Matthews is the hitter. RBI double and a run scored his last at-bat. From the stretch, Fry delivers, breaking ball, ball 1. One ball, no strikes, and the pitch, swing and a miss. Fritz is the next scheduled hitter. Pitch from Fry, popped up high in the air behind the infield. Matt Carter. George coming in from behind. The players collide. The ball is caught by Carter to retire the side. 9 runs in the inning. 5 hits, 2 of them left the yard, a couple of walks. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 11-2 in favor of the Warriors. Bottom of the 5th coming up, 11-2 in favor of the Warriors, but right now, something a little more important over at the Warriors dugout. Eagles trainer sprinted across the field. I saw a man go down. Don't know who or what the reason, but some attention going on over at the dugout. Warriors are going to send a new man to the mound, left-hander Kyle Cook McCrary. TJ Machiavelli went 4 innings, 2 earned runs, 4 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 3. Still no word on what the situation is over in the Warriors dugout. Kyle Cook McCrary is making his 4th appearance. He has no win-loss record, but he does have a save. 6 innings pitched, 1 run it was earned, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts, a 150 earned run average for Kyle Cook McCrary. Big 9-run inning for the Warriors. They got those in the top of the 5th. Eagles have the top of the order, Kelvin George, AJ Alexo, and John Shiver. Eagles trainer is now making her way around the bleachers, so it looks like everything's okay. That's good news. Hopefully that is the correct news. Like watching the games on the field, but there are some things just a little more important. And again, it looks like everything is all right. Dugout seems to be in pretty good spirits. So our first look at Kyle Cook McCrary. He's going to face George Alexo and Shiver in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch is in there for a strike. Cook McCrary, a freshman from Dutch Fork High School in Irmo, South Carolina. This one slapped foul, no balls, 2 strikes. George led off the ball game with a double, ended up scoring 1 for 2 on the afternoon here in game number 2. Had a hit and 4 trips in the first of 2. Breaking ball misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cook McCrary, 5 foot 10 inch freshman southpaw for Coach Gillespie. And a pitch. Bouncer towards short. Throw to first. Not in time. George beats it out for an infield hit. Looks like a couple of changes on the defense. Is that a new shortstop? So John Garrett is out. Try to see who that new shortstop is. Made a good strong throw, but Kelvin George very fast beat it out for a hit. In every inning, the Eagles have gotten the leadoff man aboard. Here's A.J. Alexo. This one in the dirt. So runner at first, nobody out, 1 ball, no strikes to A.J. Alexo. Throw over to first, runner back. Cook McCrary works from the stretch. And the pitch. Grounded into the hole, a hard ground ball by Alexo. Base hit, Eagles, first 2 men aboard. So both men have singled their way on, and John Shiver at the plate. 0 for 2, a ground out, and he reached on a fielder's choice. George a runner at second, Alexo at first, both very fast, as is the hitter John Shiver. Two on, nobody out. Here's a pitch, swing and a foul straight back. A good rip by Shiver. Shiver digs in. Very fast, as is the hitter John Shiver. And here comes a pitch. A little bit upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Honest leads by the Eagles. Pitch to Shiver, breaking ball, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kyle Cook McCrary in relief of TJ Machiavelli. It is Machiavelli who stands to win this one should the score hold up. Purpose pitch outside, seeing if he get the hitter to chase. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shiver has a good eye at the plate. And Cook McCrary with the 2-2. And Shiver makes contact, fouls it off to stay alive. Jeremy Rivera waiting on deck. Again, Shiver ready. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here is the pitch. Fastball outside corner, strike 3. One away for Jeremy Rivera. Two on, 1 man out. Rivera at the plate. 0 for 2, but he's driven in a run. Last time up, hit a shot right back up the middle. Unfortunately, though, turned into a double play. He hit the ball very hard. This one in the dirt, 1 ball, no strikes. George, a runner at second, Alexo at first. The 1-0. Breaking ball misses inside. So Rivera ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. He can look for his pitch. Here's a 2-0. Well hit into the gap. It's going to get down. Be cut off before it reaches the wall. George scores. Here comes Alexo around third. He will score, and Rivera is in with a 2-run double. Jeremy Rivera takes one almost to the fence. 2-run score. It's an 11-4 ball game, a 2-run double for Jeremy Rivera. Third hit for the Eagles in the inning. There's a runner at second, 1 man out. Dan Richard at the plate. 1 for 1, an RBI single in the first. Walked his last time up. Rivera's hit the ball hard all day. Found a hole this time. Brought home 2 runs. Dan Richard was starting pitcher today. Did a good job on the mound. Also the DH at the plate with a runner in scoring position. High pop foul out of play. Matt Carter, the on-deck hitter. He's had a good day. 3 out of 4 combined in both games. 0-1 to Richard is upstairs. Count even at a ball and a strike. Long look in from Cook McCrary. Here's the pitch. Chop foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Richard. Coming up on the 5 o'clock hour in the Eastern Time Zone, a lot of baseball this afternoon. We got started at noon. 5 hours of baseball. Still 2 more innings to go, and here's a pitch. Line drive into right field. That's a base hit. Rivera will stop at third. 4th hit in the inning for the Eagles. They have runners at the corners. 1 man out. That is hit number 2 for Richard. And it brings Matt Carter to the plate. And time call, we're going to have a trip to the mound. Eagles have scored twice in the bottom of the 5th. George and Alexo led off the innings with singles. 1 out later, Rivera's 2-run double brought them both home, and Dan Richard has just singled to put runners at the quarters. That's going to be it for Kyle Cook McCrary. 1/3 of an inning. Tell you more when we come back here on YouTube Live TBC Eagles. The new man on the mound is right-hand pitcher junior Daniel Singleton, making his 3rd appearance. He has won 1 game, no losses, 3 total innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He has walked 2 and struck out 4. He's inheriting runners at the corners, 1 out. Matt Carter, the hitter. In this game, Matt is 1 for 2. He beat out a bunt single in the 4th. 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs on the afternoon. Both of those hits left the ballpark. Jeremy Rivera at 3rd, Dan Richard at 1st, Daniel Singleton on the mound. Kyle Cook McCrary, 1/3 of an inning. So far, 2 runs on 4 hits. And the pitch fouled straight back. A good rip by Carter. Cook McCrary is responsible for the 2 runners on base. No balls and a strike to the senior Matt Carter. The 0-1, breaking ball, misses outside. Singleton's warm-up pitches were hitting the mid-80s. That was just warming up. Thank you to the 2 Warriors down front with the radar gun. Long drive, well hit into left field. It's got a chance. It is gone! Matt Carter does this one, a 3-run shot, his 3rd home run of the afternoon, and the Eagles have scored 5 times in the inning. Jeremy Rivera scores, Dan Richards scores, Matt Carter. What an afternoon for this young man. 3-run homer, his 3rd long ball of the day. And the Eagles have cut that deficit. They came to bat trailing 11-2. It is now 11-7. Can't rest on that. They have more work to do. David Hall at the plate. 2 of those 3 runs charged to Cook McCrary. Close the book on him. And Singleton with the pitch in there for a strike. Carter's first swing of that at-bat was a big rip, and it resulted in some fireworks. 1 out, bases empty, David Hall at the plate. And the pitch, outside corner, good hard fastball, strike 2. What a show by Matt Carter, 4 for 5. 5 RBIs on the day. And the pitch. This one misses inside. (11-7) in favor of the Warriors. Eagles on a rally, and there's a beautiful breaking ball from Singleton for strike 3. 2 down, bases empty for Nick McAdon. He's 0 for 2. Eagles, 5 runs in the inning, igniting the crowd, trying to mount a comeback. Nick Macadon at the plate. Singleton delivers. Strike 1. Hitting the upper 80s now with these last couple of fastballs. The 0-1. Slapped foul, out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. And I told Matt between games, next time make sure you do it with runners on base, and he did. 2 men aboard that 3rd time. The 0-2. Macadon gets a piece of it, stays alive. Remember, we have a new Facebook page, TBC Eagles Baseball. Visit that page, like it, share it. Let's help it grow. It just started last week. Here is the pitch, 0-2. Bouncing ball towards short. That's Perez making the scoop and the play to retire the side. Steven Perez with the putout or the assist and getting the out at first. Great big inning for the Eagles. 5 runs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. The big blow, the 3-run shot off the bat of Matt Carter. We've played 5. It's 11-7. Southern Wesleyan leads. Top of the 6th coming up. Big inning by the Eagles. Get themselves back into the ball game. New pitcher for Coach John Copeland, number 8. Freshman Dale Sullivan from Bellevue High School. Well, Coach Jones climbed the bleachers. Every time he's done that in the last couple of seasons, the Eagles have rallied. This one came a little bit after he left, but nonetheless, a rally for the Eagles. Sullivan is making his 2nd appearance, a 2.70 ERA, 3 1/3 innings, 1 earned run. He's walked 5 and struck out 1. First batter, Noah Fritz. Fritz is nothing out of 2, walked earlier in the ball game. First pitch from Sullivan, a beautiful curveball for strike 1. Warriors got 9 runs in the 5th. Sent 13 men to the plate. Eagles came back with 5 in their half. There's a line drive, base hit in the left field. Good start to the inning for Southern Wesleyan, and Fritz with his first hit of the game. Devin Patrick at the plate. He has walked and he's had an RBI double. Didn't start. Came in for Ike Thalassinos. Let's hope Thalassinos is all right. He took that pitch off the hand on a foul ball swing. Hopefully he won't have to miss any more time. Throw over to first. Runner is back. Haven't heard anything on the update on Thalassinos. And again, let's hope he's all right. Warriors play again on Valentine's Day. Runner at first, nobody out. Sullivan delivers. High pop foul, out of play. No balls and a strike. Noah Fritz is the runner at first. He singled to start the inning. Throw to first, runner back. Sullivan, one of the many freshmen on this roster. You heard Coach Jones talk about that when he came up here a couple of innings ago. Runner going, throw down to second is a good throw. Not in time, however, and Fritz has a stolen base. Daniel Burnside, the new catcher for the Eagles, made a very good throw. Fritz, though, beat it. Off-speed pitch, gave him a couple of extra steps. Now Burnside out to the mound. Rest of the defense looks pretty much the same. So if I have it right, Burnside will be in the number 7 spot in the batting order, taking the place of David Hall. Devin Patrick digs in. Sullivan works from the stretch. And the pitch is outside. Fritz at second, singled and stole a base. Sullivan with the pitch on the outside corner. And that's going to retire Patrick. Good breaking ball, caught the corner. Patrick gave him kudos, and now it brings up the leadoff hitter, Steven Perez, his first at bat. Took over for John Garrett, who had a very good series. Saw Perez last night. First at bat today, and the pitch hit by the pitch, and Perez is aboard. And we saw Perez earlier this afternoon in game number 1. Saw him in the outfield, didn't get an at bat. 2 on, 1 out. Fulgiano at the plate. And a turn and a look. Fulgiano has a run scored. And here is the pitch. Line drive down the left field line. It's fair. Here's a runner around third. Fritz will score. Another runner pulls into third, and Fulgiano has himself an RBI double.
Come on, Getty.
Perez advances to third. Fritz scores. And it's 12-7 in favor of the Warriors. Jesse Getford at the plate. Walked and scored in that big 5th inning. 0 for 2 officially. Both of those outs, though, hit very hard. There's another hard hit ball. This one's lined to left. Rivera makes the play. Here's a runner tagging from third. He will score. That's a sac fly RBI to left for Getford. Another hard hit ball. That's out number 2. Perez scores. Fulgiano holds at second. Izzy Martinez now at the plate. He's in place of Julio Justo. Sullivan with a runner at second and 2 outs. First pitch, squib down to third baseline. Martinez can run. Throw to first. It is in time. A nice play by Nick McAdon to retire the side. Martinez looking for an infield hit. 5-3 on the putout. 2-run score in the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Southern Wesleyan 13, Trinity 7. Daniel Singleton starting his first full inning of work in the bottom of the 6th. Came in last inning, pitched 2/3 of an inning. Eagles rallied for 5 last inning. And now they're trailing by a score, 13-7. Gene Rivera leading off. In fact, it's a pinch hitter for Rivera, number 9, Michael Kohick. Swing and a miss for strike 1. One and one, Kohick at the plate in place of Gene Rivera. First at bat of the afternoon. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Saw Kohick as a courtesy runner in game 1. And the pitch is laced into center field, a base hit for the senior Michael Kohick. So the Eagles have made good contact the entire series, and they've put a few hits together in the last few innings. Let's hope they can rally again. Second hit off of Daniel Singleton brings up Kelvin George. George is 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Kohick, another fast Eagles runner. He's at first, nobody out. Nice breaking ball for strike 1. A.J. Alexo due up next. Eagles not giving up. They fell behind 11-2. They have battled back. Got themselves much closer before those 2 runs in the top of the 6th. It's 13-7. Southern Wesleyan University leads. You heard Coach Jones say this is an NCAA Division II team. And here is the pitch. Up and away for ball 1. So Eagles playing some tough competition. They've played well. Lost the first 2 games, but 2 very good, well-played games by the Eagles. 2 balls, no strikes. Swing and a miss. A big rip from Kelvin George. I had that backwards, 1 and 2. And that is out number 1. A.J. Alexo at the plate. He has scored twice. Hit by a pitch, walked, and singled. Kohick, the runner at first, opened the inning with a base hit up the middle. And the pitch, a breaking ball. Nice one for strike 1. That's the first strikeout for Daniel Singleton, now in 1 total inning. Here is the pitch, up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 to the senior A.J. Alexo. The pitch. Chopper up the middle. Perez could not handle it. That's going to allow both runners get in safely. Kohick to second. Tough hop it took on Perez. That'll be an infield hit for A.J. Alexo. John Shiver at the plate. 0 for 3, 2 men aboard. Good speed on the bases. That ball took a funny hop right as Perez got to it, so credit Alexo with an infield hit. Runners at first and second. Shiver at the plate, left-hand hitter. Big gap in right center. And this one's fouled off. No balls and a strike. No further news from the MLB front. Yu Darvish signing with the Chicago Cubs earlier today. Again, a big gap in right center for Shiver. No balls and a strike. This one a little bit low. 1-1. Jeremy Rivera's had himself a pretty good game. He's hit the ball hard a few times. Got a 2-run double last time up. He's waiting on deck. He wants to get up there with some runners on base. And a pitch. Bouncer towards second, could be 2, but Shiver can run. A relay to first. Over the head. He had the throw beaten anyway, but the overthrow is going to allow Alexo come around to score. Or rather, Michael Kohick. Alexo out at second. 6-4 put out. Shiver reaches on a fielder's choice. No run batted in, but the Eagles do score a run. Makes a score 13-8. And Jeremy Rivera at the plate with a runner at second. Shiver advances on the overthrow that went into the dugout. Want to keep the inning alive. Dan Richard and Matt Carter due up next. They both have had a good day at the plate. Breaking ball in there for a strike. John Shiver very fast at second. Rivera down 0-1. The pitch, swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Very good fastball from Singleton. 2 outs. 1 run in. Here comes the 0-2 from Singleton. High pop up. Shallow right field. Patrick is under it. And he puts it away. Eagles get a run on 2 hits. Leave 1, and we go to the 7th. Southern Wesleyan leads it 13-8. Final inning of the afternoon, barring a tie score. It would take an Eagles rally to do that. It's 13-8 in favor of Southern Wesleyan. Top of the 7th, Connor Ewing, Quinton Bent, Trey Matthews are the scheduled hitters to face Dale Sullivan in his 2nd inning of work. Connor Ewing has scored 3 times. Reached on an error, had a triple and scored in that big 5th inning, and also had a solo home run, the second of a back-to-back job. Julio Justo, a 2-run shot ahead of him. All that came in the 5th inning. Dale Sullivan on the mound, getting ready to pitch to Ewing. First pitch is in there for a strike. The 0-1 from Sullivan. High fly ball, well hit into center field. Shivers giving chase. He will not get there. It's down. Ewing pulls up into second with a double. You know what? When I said this earlier in the game, Ewing got that triple in the 5th. I said if we can combine, then he would have a home run, would give him the cycle. Well, he now has a triple, a homer, and a double here in game number 2. So combining the doubleheader, he has it for the cycle. Of course, we can't do that officially. But he's just a single shy here in game number 2. And the pitch is in there for a strike to Quentin Bent. Bent's been on base 3 times, 2 walks and a single. He scored twice. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. A couple of good curveballs from Dale Sullivan. The 0-2. This one misses up and away. Ewing's been on base 5 times in this game. Hit batsman and an error. The other times he's gotten on base. Here is the pitch. Stays a little bit inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2. High pop foul out of play. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Quentin Bent at the plate. He's had a nice series. 2 hits, 2 runs in game 1 today. Line drive, base hit past a diving Alexo. Ewing will round third. He will come in to score. Bent on his way to second with another double. Back-to-back doubles to open the top of the 7th. Quentin Bent had 2 of those earlier today in game 1, and another one last night that drove in a run. So 4 doubles in this series for Quentin Bent. Let's count up his RBIs. 1 right there. 2 of them earlier in game 1. And 2 last night. So a great series for Quentin Bent. 4 doubles and 5 runs batted in. 1, 2, 3, 4 runs scored as well. Coach Copeland out on the mound. Runner at second, nobody out. Next hitter is scheduled to be Trey Matthews, the catcher. See a couple of new young men over in the on-deck circle. Matthews does have a bat and a helmet. 2 other Warriors as well. And Matthews will step up to the plate. Been a lot of offense in this game. Eagles got the first 2. Warriors tied it up in the 2nd. Then they put 9 on the board in the 5th. Trinity came back with 5 in the bottom of the 5th. 2 more for Southern Wesleyan in the 6th. Eagles answered with 1, and so far in the 7th, 1 run with a runner in scoring position for the Warriors. Nobody out, runner at second, and a breaking ball is in there for a strike. Trey Matthews has a walk, a double, and a run scored in 4 plate appearances. Also stole a base as well. That one fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes. So 0 for 3 officially. Also drove in a run with that double. Seen Matthews in all 3 games, twice as the catcher, once as the DH. Here's the pitch. Check swing, and call is no swing. Eagles fans do not like the call, but it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Matthews gets new life. 1-2. Had himself a hit last night. 3 hits earlier today in game 1 of this doubleheader. And the pitch is up and in. Two and 2. Trey Matthews at the plate. And the pitch, ground ball, base hit into right field. Bent will stop at third. George gets to it quickly, holding the runner. Second hit of the game for Matthews. 6th overall in the series. Gonna have a pinch hitter for Noah Fritz. At the plate, number 13, AJ Canine. We saw Canine 1 time earlier today. Fly ball to left field in game 1 of the doubleheader. Got a new runner at first in place of Matthews as well. Hunter King, the courtesy runner for Matthews. And the pitch to Canine, breaking ball for a strike. Nobody out, runners at the corners, a pitch outside for ball 1. Bent the runner at third, he doubled, advanced to third on the single from Matthews. Canine's second at bat this afternoon, nothing out of 1. That came in game number 1. And a pitch from Sullivan, called strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. High fly ball into left field. Kohick is there to make the catch. Bent will tag and he will score. Throw comes into second to keep the runner at first base. One man out. RBI sacrifice fly for AJ Canine. Devin Patrick at the plate. Walk, a double, and a strikeout. Also drove in a run and scored. And a pitch from Sullivan, ripped foul down the right side. No balls and a strike on Devin Patrick. Two runs are in. And the pitch, fouled off. So the count 0-2, Sullivan ahead of the hitter. Steven Perez waiting on deck. Here comes the 0-2. And fouled off. So no balls, 2 strikes. Also see Kirk Gillespie with a bat and a helmet on. Looks like he might get a chance. Runner at first, 1 man out. Here comes the 0-2, called strike 3. Patrick disagrees, but that is out number 2. Second time Patrick's been called out on strikes. 2 men out, runner stays at first. Steven Perez was hit by a pitch his last time up, ended up scoring. That came in the 6th. Hole is up the middle in the infield on the left side of the bag, and the first pitch fouled off to the right. Kirk Gillespie in the on-deck circle. He would bat for Fulgiano. Here is the pitch. Ball gets away. It's ball 2. King advances to second. That'll be a pass ball, allowing the runner to advance. Ball and a strike on Perez. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled off, 1 ball, 2 strikes. (15-8) in favor of the Warriors. A lot of offense in this doubleheader. Here is the pitch, swing and a miss. Burnside will pick it up and throw to first to get the out and retire the side. 2-3 on the putout. It goes as a strikeout. And for the Warriors in the 7th, 2 runs, 3 hits, and a man left. Going to the bottom of the 7th, Southern Wesleyan 15, Trinity Baptist 8. Go to the bottom of the 7th. It's 15-8 in favor of the Warriors. And on the mound is Tyler Perry, making his 2nd appearance. 1 total inning. He's allowed 2 earned runs on 2 hits. Daniel Singleton went 1 2/3, 2 earned runs. And now Perry trying to finish up the job. We said a lot of offense in the doubleheader, a lot of offense in all 3 games of this series. Eagles against the Warriors, NCAA Division II team. Eagles have played them very well. They've hit the ball hard, found some holes in the last couple of innings, got behind in each game but never gave up, fought back to make this one close, but then the Warriors drew on their experience, got the last few runs, and it's 15-8. Dan Richard leading things off in the 7th. Oh, check that, a pinch hitter is being sent to the plate. Richard was the scheduled man. This is Joshua Wright making his first at-bat of the series. And the first pitch, he swings and a good rip, fouls it back. Matt Carter waiting on deck. What a big day the Carter has had. No balls and a strike. And the pitch, breaking ball outside, 1-1. Right at the plate. And the 1-1. Well hit into right field, but Patrick is there. Couple steps over, makes the play. Wright hit the ball hard, but out. One away. And Matt Carter being called back, giving an opportunity for Eston Alberry to take a swing. But what a day for Matt Carter. 4 for 5 in the doubleheader. 3 home runs, 5 runs batted in. Eston Alberry, first at bat of the game. We saw him last night. Here's a pitch, fastball on the corner for a strike. The 0-1, high pop foul, out of play. Last night, Alberry, nothing out of 3. Looking for his first hit of the series. The 0-2 from Perry is fouled off. Alberry able to get the bat on the ball and keep it alive. Alberry looking for his first hit. Down in the count, 0-2, and the pitch. Check swing, he went around, and Matthews will apply the tag. Two outs, and Daniel Burnsted at the plate for the Eagles. Came into the game, inning ago, place of the starting catcher, David Hall. Two outs, bottom of the 7th, and the first pitch to Burnsted swung on and missed. And here is the pitch. It is in there for a strike. We had to pick a player of the game, combining the doubleheader. So many to choose from. Players on both teams. Swing and a miss, and that's going to do it. But I'm going to give it to the hometown hero, Matt Carter. 3 home runs on the afternoon. 5 runs batted in. And the doubleheader in a 3-game series has come to an end. The winning pitcher, TJ Machiavelli, 4 innings pitched. 2 earned runs on 4 hits. He walked 2 and he struck out 3. Dan Richard, he pitched well. He's going to take the loss. And we've had a lot of action here in this 3-game series between the Trinity Baptist College Eagles and the Southern Wesleyan University Warriors. Teams greeting each other on the field. A very well-played series, unfortunately for the Eagles. All 3 games go to the opposition. We want to thank you for watching us here on TBC Eagles on YouTube Live. Hope you enjoyed the action. I want to thank Coach John Copeland, Athletic Director John D. Jones, Game Day Coordinator Ethan Horton, official scorekeepers and PA announcers as well. A lot of work that you don't see when you're watching a broadcast. Dean Bureau on the camera. Thank you everyone for coming in attendance and viewing us online. I'm Ray Bureau. We're going to see you in a couple of weeks on YouTube Live TBC Eagles. Good night. God bless you from Trinity Baptist College.